County roads in Oklahoma. What it costs not to maintain a critical resource. County roads and bridges are public assets with a net worth, or an equivalent market value, just like any other capital asset. And just like any other scarce resource, their net worth depreciates over time without ongoing maintenance. We have all heard that maintaining critical business assets is not only a capital expense, it is also a wise long-term investment. In the area of annualized county highway, road, and bridge maintenance cost, considering the number and type of road asset to be maintained. A quick check with our good friends at Google returns a mountain of data on the cost to maintain various systems. Here we see that starting with gravel roads, the cost in 2014 was approximately $8,000 per mile per year. This annualized maintenance cost includes operational services like mowing, maintaining drainage systems with proper right-of-way, and driving surface management. A gravel road should only require minor base restabilization road and repairs at year 12 to 13. An effective road maintenance program management requires this long-term approach, considering the different life cycle of the various types of county roadways. For example, a typical county asphalt road has around a 25 to 30-year useful life cycle, while the annual maintenance cost for mowing, ditch management, pothole repair, and crack sealing are only slightly higher in cost than those needed to maintain a comparable gravel road. In addition to around $10,000 a mile per year for operational maintenance, asphalt roads also require periodic revitalization of the driving surface and restabilization of the road base. At year 12, with proper crack sealing and pothole repair, an asphalt road will require a thin overlay of the driving surface, which will extend the useful life another 10 to 12 years. In current dollars, the cost of a thin overlay on a well-maintained asphalt road is approximately $50,000 a mile. At year 25, the useful life of the road has come to an end. At this point, the driving surface is reclaimed, the road base is restabilized, ditches are realigned, and the new roadway is topped off with between 4 and 6 inches of new asphalt. In current dollars, the cost of restabilization of a well-maintained asphalt road is approximately $650,000 a mile. This extra expense bumps the annualized life cycle maintenance cost of an asphalt roadway to approximately $38,000 a mile. The importance of proper life cycle maintenance becomes apparent when examining the difference in cost in conversion of a gravel road to an asphalt road. An adequately maintained gravel road, as previously described above, requires an initial construction capital expense of approximately $375,000 to apply the asphalt driving surface. The estimated annualized 25-year life cycle capital expense of paving an adequately maintained gravel road is approximately $53,000 a mile, while an inadequately maintained gravel road can cost well over $2 million a mile to convert to an asphalt roadway, depending on the level of effort required to relocate utilities, or acquire additional right-of-way, or address environmental issue, or change the roadway alignment, or improve the area drainage, or rebuild and stabilize the road base prior to paving. This is a worst-case scenario with estimated annualized 25-year life cycle capital expense of just under $3 million spent to convert and maintain a bad gravel road. This yields an annual maintenance cost of approximately $118,000 a mile. As you may have already guessed, the concept of budgeting for long-term life cycle maintenance cost, based on a county's real, on-the-ground, transportation asset management responsibilities, is lost in the yearly legislative budget scramble. That is, no one really considers the actual cost to maintain a specific number and type of roads and bridges that make up the county highway system. Governments almost never budget for asset program maintenance. The Oklahoma State Capitol remodel is a perfect example of government's inability to plan and implement long-term asset management. The current model in use is to wait until the asset has degraded to the point of no longer serving its intended purpose. Then, an emergency is declared and special, one-time funds are provided, under state agency control, to apply only a band-aid fix in order to appease the masses and allow the legislature to focus their attention on the next emergency. Let's now examine the actual funding model used today by the Oklahoma legislature to allocate county highway funding to the various 77 counties in Oklahoma. The County Highway Fund is the state's primary source of county road funding and is defined in Oklahoma Title 69, Section 1503. Revenue sources are gas, diesel, special, gross production, and motor vehicle collections. The interesting data point here is the Oklahoma Department of Transportation Department's responsibility to report each county's road mileage to the Oklahoma Tax Commission, where they used that number in funding calculations for the next year's county highway fund allocation. In reality, the road mileage function used by the OTA has little effect on how the funds are allocated to each county. The OTA publishes the functions they to calculate a county's highways funding. These functions are described in great detail by our friends at Oklahoma State University in a white paper entitled Primary Sources of County Road Funding. This white paper is 8 pages long, and, even with the best efforts of the OSU Extension Service to simplify and explain the process, it fails to simplify or explain, and still it takes us 8 pages attempting to discuss most confusing conglomeration of contrived and convoluted increment formulas. This being truly a black box function that no one really understands. So, how do we know if this is really what the Oklahoma State Legislature originally intended, or has this function been perverted to produce the most inequitable results possible? Now, let's examine the outcome of policy as implemented by the county highway funding legislation. We compare the results in regard to how the funding allocated to the county on a per mile and per bridge basis. We should always ask if this outcome affects the residents of one of Oklahoma's third fastest population growth area here in southwest Logan County in a positive or negative manner in relation to legislative intent. We should also examine how such population growth can be sustained without a corresponding growth in the county transportation funding allocation of, and local priority of use for such scarce transportation maintenance funding throughout the county. OTA provides public web access to this data. Here we are checking on the fiscal year 2018 county highway funds distributed to our county treasurer on a monthly basis. Each month's county highway fund allocation is distributed to the 3 county road districts. Pictured here is the April allocation for distribution in June 2019. The county received $256,000 split evenly across 3 road districts. Our county highway program has a combined overhead cost consisting of employee cost and equipment lease rental expense of approximately $186,000 and $47,000 respectively. This leaves $26,000 available to the county for maintenance and operations. M&O is the lifeblood of a county highway program and is used to purchase all supplies and materials like fuel, gravel, shale, tires, traffic control signs, and asphalt, along with contracted services and utilities, just to name a few. While June brought the county a low point in our monthly county highway funding, it also found us in the middle of the third FEMA-certified flood disaster in 4 years. 2015, 2017, and now again our roads washed out in the big flood of 2019. In 2018 our county averaged just over $3,000 a mile to take care of our 1201 DOT certified road miles. Our particular county roads are heavily used by the oil and gas industry in our area, transporting crude from western counties to storage facilities in eastern Payne County. These very heavy 80,000-pound loads also traverse our rural county roads as they haul oil field waste to disposal wells in our county. If our county operated as a business, we would list our income and expenses. It would look something like this. Listed first is income with the county highway fund listed first. Our yearly expenses in red numbers. Next is our county sales tax for county roads, adds in to give around $4.7 million per year. Dividing that number by the total road miles provides just under $4,000 per mile per year. Now we will look at annualized maintenance cost as expenses. Given 1,201 certified road miles, we need to break them down into number and type of road to determine true expense. We work with approximately 250 asphalt miles and 951 dirt or gravel roads. We also have around 220 bridges in the county and just estimate that $5,000 per bridge per year is a starting point. That nets a total expense of just over $19 million. Going back to an annualized maintenance cost per mile, minus the bridge figure, is just over $15,000 a mile. The county pays this expense, one way or another. Neglect leads to atrophy and degeneration. Gravel and dirt roads can experience a loss of up to 1 inch of road material a year. That is equivalent to 500 tons of lost road base material a year per mile. It cost the county $3,500 to replace 500 tons of road material. The cost of neglect is much higher with asphalt roads. Minimal maintenance over a 12-year period can depreciate a mile of asphalt roadway as much as $1 million. Our county experienced a very wet spring in 2015. It started raining in March and didn't quit until August. We had several of our rural road washed down to bedrock by May of that year as well. In July of that year we lost the Seward Road Bridge over the Cottonwood Creek. Same thing happened in the spring of 2017, another FEMA-certified flood. Let's remember we have experienced 3 major flood events in our road district over the last 4 years. Once again find ourselves operating under a similar set of circumstances of 2015 and 2017. We are in the middle of a serious rebuild mode with our county road system from all the localized flood events caused by an excess of 25 inches of rainfall on our area in the Cottonwood and Deer Creek drainage basin over the past 90 days. This is an unprecedented rainfall event and has severely damaged our roads and bridges. The damage is still being calculated, but the estimate is in excess of $1 million just to put things back to the condition of March 2019. The problem with FEMA reimbursement is the county has to spend the money up front and wait on average around 18 months to get a partial payment of what we spent. So far, since May 2019 we have spent over $100,000 on emergency road and bridge repairs, which is paid from funds we were saving for other transportation projects this year, projects that had to be canceled because of this latest flood event. Our county is very adept when it comes to stretching our road maintenance dollars by implementing DIY road and bridge maintenance. However, without an additional source of funding available to the county, our ability to respond is compromised. One such source of possible increase in funding is the County Improvements for Roads and Bridges, CIRB, which could add another $1.66 million to our county road income. The use of these funds is tightly controlled by the State Department of Transportation. CIRB funds are to be distributed equally among the 8 ODOT regions. With the new permanent legislative cap on CIRB collection going to county projects now at $120 million a year, each region receives a maximum of $15 million a year. Because each region has a different number of counties, the benefit afforded to a county varies greatly by division. Is this really what our state legislature intended? Logue County is in Region 4 with 8 other counties. Split equality among the 9 counties in Region 4 would net each county $1.66 million a year. Our county could really put that money to good use right now. CIRB legislation is outlined in Oklahoma Statute 69 Section 507. It was enacted in 2006. Funds are actually held by the Office of Management and Enterprise Services, OMES. This legislation contains language that contradicts previous legislative intent concerning the responsibilities for management, maintenance, and setting priorities at the various federal, state, county, and municipal roads and bridges, putting counties and the state agency at odds over setting priorities for CIRB-funded county road projects. County Improvements for Roads and Bridges Fund. A. There is hereby created in the State Treasury a revolving fund to be known as the County Improvements for Roads and Bridges Fund. The fund shall be a continuing fund, not subject to fiscal year limitations, and shall consist of all appropriations and transfers made by the legislature and the apportionments made pursuant to subsection L of Section 1104 of Title 47 of the Oklahoma statutes. All monies accruing to the credit of said fund are hereby appropriated and may be budgeted and expended beginning with the fiscal year ending June 30, 2008, and each fiscal year thereafter pursuant to subsection B of this section. Expenditures from said fund shall be made upon warrants issued by the State Treasurer against claims filed as prescribed by law with the Director of the Office of Management and Enterprise Services for approval and payment. B. The funds apportioned pursuant to subsection L of Section 1104 of Title 47 of the Oklahoma statutes shall be in equal amounts to the various Transportation Commission districts. The funds shall be used for the sole purpose of construction or reconstruction of county roads or bridges on the county highway system that are of the highest priority as defined by the Transportation Commission. Counties may accumulate annual funding for a period of up to 5 years for a specific project, with such funding to be held by the Transportation Commission to the credit of the county project. The Transportation Commission shall promulgate rules for the administration of the process and the development of criteria for determining the level of priority for projects and include such projects in a 5-year construction plan that will be updated annually. Projects in the 5-year construction plan shall be contracted as provided by law and awarded by the Transportation Commission. C. The fund shall be invested in whatever instruments are authorized by law for investments by the State Treasurer, and the interest earned by any investment of monies from the fund shall be credited to the fund, which shall earn the same, if there is any unexpended balance of such fund to which to credit the interest. The interest credited herein shall be expended pursuant to this section. Added by Laws 2006, 2nd X. SESS, C. 45, Paragraph 7, F. July 1, 2007. Amended by Laws 2012, C. 304, Paragraph 575. The Oklahoma Legislature grants exclusive jurisdiction to county commissioners related to control and responsibility for the roads and bridges on the county highway system. Paragraph 69 601. Authority and duties of county commissioners. A. The county highway system shall be composed of all public roads within any county, less any part of any road or roads which may be designated as a state highway by the State Transportation Commission. It shall be the duty of the Board of County Commissioners in each county to construct and maintain as county highways those roads which best serve the most people of the county. For this purpose the Board of County Commissioners is authorized to use any funds which are in the County Highway Fund, subject to statutory restrictions on the use of any of such funds, together with any money or item of value derived from any agreement entered into between the county and the Transportation Commission, the federal government, this state, any other county or political subdivision of this state or other governmental entity, or any citizen or group of citizens who have made donations for that purpose. The boards of county commissioners of the various counties shall have exclusive jurisdiction over the designation, construction and maintenance and repair of all of the county highways and bridges therein. All interlocal cooperation agreements made pursuant to this section between counties and those political subdivisions or citizens of a county shall be submitted to the district attorney of each of the counties subject to the agreement for approval. All other interlocal cooperation agreements shall be submitted and approved in accordance with Sections 1001 through 1008 of Title 74 of the Oklahoma statutes. B. The boards of county commissioners are hereby authorized to establish road improvement districts as provided by law for existing roads in the unincorporated areas of counties. The boards of county commissioners may also have improvements made on existing roads in unincorporated areas of counties on a force account basis. Added by Laws 1968, C. 415, Paragraph 601, operative July 1, 1968. amended by Laws 1978, c. 208, paragraph 1, f. January 1, 1979, Laws 2000, c. 180, paragraph 1, f. November 1, 2000, paragraph 69 101. Declaration of Legislative Intent. A. Recognizing that safe and efficient highway transportation is a matter of important interest to all the people in the state, the legislature hereby determines and declares that an integrated system of roads and highways is essential to the general welfare of the state of Oklahoma. B. The provision of such a system of facilities, and its efficient management, operation and control, are recognized as urgent problems, and as the proper objectives of highway legislation. C. Inadequate roads and streets obstruct the free flow of traffic, result in undue cost of motor vehicle operation, endanger the health and safety of the citizens of the state, depreciate property values, and impede generally economic and social progress of the state. D. In designating the highway systems of this state, as hereinafter provided, the legislature places a high degree of trust in the hands of those officials whose duty it shall be, within the limits of available funds, to plan, develop, operate, maintain and protect the highway facilities of this state, for present as well as for future use. E. To this end, it is the intent of the legislature to make the State Highway Commission and its director, and the Department of Highways of the State of Oklahoma acting through the Commission, custodian of the state highway system, and to provide sufficiently broad authority to enable the Commission and the Department to function adequately and efficiently in all areas of appropriate jurisdiction, subject to the limitations of the Constitution and the legislative mandate hereinafter imposed. F. The legislature intends to declare, in general terms, the powers and duties of the Commission and its director, leaving specific details to be determined by reasonable rules, regulations and policies which may be promulgated by the Commission. In short, the legislature intends by a general grant of authority to the Commission to delegate sufficient power and authority to enable the Commission and the Department to carry out the broad objectives stated above. G. It is the further intent of the legislature to bestow upon the boards of county commissioners similar authority with respect to the county highway system. The efficient management, operation and control of our county roads and other public thoroughfares are likewise a matter of vital public interest. The problem of establishing and maintaining adequate roads and highways, eliminating congestion, reducing accident frequency, providing parking facilities and taking all necessary steps to ensure safe and convenient transportation on these public ways is no less urgent. H. While it is necessary to fix responsibilities for the location, design, construction, maintenance and operation of the several systems of highways, it is intended that the state of Oklahoma shall have an integrated system of all roads, highways and streets to provide safe and efficient highway transportation throughout the state. The authority hereinafter granted to the Commission and to counties and municipalities to assist and cooperate with each other and to coordinate their activities is therefore essential. I. The legislature hereby determines and declares that this code is necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health and safety, for promotion of the general welfare, and as a contribution to the national defense. Added by Laws 1968, c. 415, paragraph 101, operative July 1, 1968. The State Department of Transportation requires that a county enter into a cooperative agreement to become a member of one of 8 current circuit engineering districts in order to participate in the CIRB program. This is an agency requirement that has no basis in statute. Paragraph 69 687.1. Circuit engineering districts. A. The Board of County Commissioners of any county in this state may create a circuit engineering district with any other county or counties. The objectives of the circuit engineering district shall be: 1. to allow county governments to make the most efficient use of their powers by enabling them to cooperate with each other and other units of government on a basis of mutual advantage and thereby to provide services and facilities in a manner and pursuant to forms of governmental organization that will accord best with geographic, economic, population and other factors influencing the needs and development of county government. 2. To provide research and research support to county government. 3. To provide assistance to county governments in performing the functions delegated by law including, but not limited to, the operation of road maintenance, construction, inspection, and equipment purchases and management. 4. To conduct public discussion groups, forums, panels, lectures, and other similar programs. 5. To present courses of instruction and education. 6. To obtain, develop and present scientific and all other types of information relative to the operation of the public transportation system in this state. 7. For long-range planning and growth of the transportation system within the Circuit Engineering District and other circuit engineering districts within this state, and 8. To provide services to counties in a coordinated manner that will improve the quality of the transportation system and be cost-effective. B. The authority of the Circuit Engineering District shall be as follows. 1. To comply with and carry out the provisions of the Interlocal Cooperation Act. 2. To advise and assist its members with how to implement and make an effective transportation plan for the best interest of each member of the Circuit Engineering District. 3. To prepare such programs of research as may be necessary and advisable in carrying out its purposes. 4. To contract for services with persons, firms or units of government to carry out the purposes of the Circuit Engineering District. 5. To provide periodic reports for the Circuit Engineering District or for its members as may be required by federal or state legislation or regulations pertaining thereto, and as are within the scope and range of the purpose of the Circuit Engineering District. 6. To acquire and hold property for its use and to incur expenses to carry out its functions. 7. To receive gifts, contributions and donations to carry out the purposes for which it is formed. 8. To assess its members for the services rendered in carrying out its functions. 9. To apply for, contract for, administer, receive and expend funds or grants from any participating member, the state of Oklahoma, the federal government, or any other source, and 10. To publish studies in connection with its work which may be of benefit to its members or other agencies within and outside of the Circuit Engineering District. See Circuit Engineering Districts may, by affirmative vote of their board, determine that the association representing the County Commissioners of Oklahoma be designated to negotiate for services, required by law or necessity, on behalf of the Circuit Engineering Districts. D. The Circuit Engineering District shall conduct an independent audit upon completion of each fiscal year. E. The Board of Directors may employ an attorney to provide legal research, advice and opinions on contracts and other matters which may come before the Board of Directors. F. The State Auditor and Inspector shall prescribe the necessary rules, forms and procedures to provide for the efficient and timely means by which the pool purchase of supplies and equipment may be accomplished on behalf of the participating counties. The rules, forms and procedures developed by the State Auditor and Inspector for pool purchasing may be utilized by the Oklahoma Department of Transportation County Advisory Board in coordination with the Circuit Engineering Districts for the purpose of pool purchasing utilizing funds from the County Road Machinery and Equipment Revolving Fund, for the purpose of obtaining access to pricing and bids available on a national level. Counties shall be eligible to participate in such pool purchasing in a manner as determined by the State Auditor and Inspector. G. Circuit engineering districts may participate in the County Road Machinery and Equipment Revolving Fund pursuant to the provisions of Section 302.1 of this title. H. Circuit engineering districts are authorized to organize a statewide board consisting of the chairpersons duly elected by each of their respective circuit engineering districts. The statewide board organized pursuant to this section shall 1. Have the power to conduct business, including the development of policies and procedures, incur expenses, and contract for services so long as such business furthers the provisions of this Act. 2. Coordinate activities between circuit engineering districts. 3. Administer the statewide Circuit Engineering District Revolving Fund, created pursuant to Section 687.2 of this title, and 4. Have authority to promulgate rules to carry out the provisions of this Act. I. A circuit engineering district created pursuant to this section shall be deemed a political subdivision of the state. J. A district may hire up to one registered professional engineer per 3 counties within each circuit engineering district. Added by Laws 1992, c. 80, paragraph 12, f. July 1, 1992. Amended by Laws 1998, c. 94, paragraph 1, f. July 1, 1998. Laws 2001, c. 117, paragraph 3, f. November 1, 2001. Laws 2007, c. 113, paragraph 1, f. July 1, 2007. Laws 2010, c. 134, paragraph 2, f. November 1, 2010. Laws 2013, c. 193, paragraph 1, f. July 1, 2013. Paragraph 69 687.2. Statewide Circuit Engineering District Revolving Fund. There is hereby created in the State Treasury a revolving fund for the State Treasurer to be designated the Statewide Circuit Engineering District Revolving Fund. The fund shall be a continuing fund, not subject to fiscal year limitations, and shall consist of all monies received by the State Treasurer pursuant to the provisions of Section 227.3 of Title 74 of the Oklahoma Statutes and any other monies designated by law for deposit thereto. All monies accruing to the credit of the fund are hereby appropriated and may be budgeted and expended by the State Treasurer solely for the purpose of funding the statewide Circuit Engineering Board organized pursuant to Section 687.1 of this title. The State Auditor and Inspector shall audit the statewide Circuit Engineering District on a yearly basis, and the statewide Circuit Engineering District Board shall be responsible for the cost of the audit. Expenditures from the fund shall be made once each month upon warrants issued by the State Treasurer against claims filed as prescribed by law with the Director of the Office of Management and Enterprise Services for approval and payment. Added by Laws 2005, c. 414, paragraph 1, f. July 1, 2006. Amended by Laws 2007, c. 113. Paragraph 2, f. July 1, 2007. Laws 2012, c. 304. Paragraph 577. The only purpose for a county to enter into a cooperative agreement is to expect some sort of mutual benefit from the association. Currently, the State Department of Transportation is demanding that counties become members of a CED in order to participate in the CIRB 5-year planning program, and furthermore the State Department of Transportation will only provide CIRB funding information to a county through a CED organization. It becomes readily apparent to anyone willing to look that the Oklahoma Department of Transportation has used the CED and CIRB legislation to expand their agency's size and span of control over county roads and bridges. Why else would a state agency direct a county to ignore the law? Paragraph 69 601.3. adoption of annual priority plan and budget for construction of road, bridge, culvert and drainage projects. Amendment. On or before September 30th of each year, the Board of County Commissioners shall adopt an annual priority plan and budget for the construction of road, bridge, culvert and drainage projects during the next federal fiscal year and the four years succeeding the next federal fiscal year, based upon available existing and estimated future funds administered by the Department of Transportation for county bridges and roads. The plan shall be filed by the Board of County Commissioners with the Department of Transportation and the County Clerk. The Board of County Commissioners may amend annual priority plans and budgets, but any amendment shall be filed with the Department of Transportation and County Clerk. Added by Laws 1982, c. 311, Paragraph 2. Amended by Laws 2005, c. 174, Paragraph 2, Emerg. F. May 16, 2005. Attorney General Opinion 15-4 reinforces the fact that county governments are sovereign political subdivisions of the state and subject only to unqualified legislative control, except as restrained by the Constitution. Said a different way, state statutes always trump unqualified state agency regulations when they have no basis in law. How can you help? Support legislation to allocate county highway funding based on actual need, number and type of roads and bridges maintained instead of a convoluted function of varying demographic data points yielding inequitable results. Support legislation to send CIRB funds directly to counties who wish to opt out of the current ODOT-CED CIRB system, who do not want or need CED project management, or do away with the program altogether. Support 2 county CEDs to organize and be funded according to statute for the mutual benefit of the member counties as the legislature intended. We seek an AG's opinion on conflicting responsibilities of the county highway system priorities between ODOT and county commissioners. We seek an AG's opinion concerning an ODOT-OCCEDB state agency regulation requiring that all counties join one of 8 existing CEDs in order to participate in, and receive funding from, the CIRB program. Feel free to contact County Commissioner Marvin Goodman if you have any questions about this presentation or the roads and bridges in Logue County.